Hello, movie lovers! Bob for Bob's movie review, and today I'm bringing my unboxing and review of Ride. This one was sent to me for review by Wellgo USA. If you get a chance to check this one out, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Ride does include Blu-ray. The toughest ride is redemption. Very cool art here. It is a flat finish on that. Here's the spine. It does have the Wellgo USA logo in the bottom corner. Desperate to raise money for his daughter's cancer treatment, a retired bull rider teams up with his estranged son and resorts to robbery to secure payments before time runs out. But after the heist goes awry, keeping the money and their freedom requires the duo to outwit a dogged pair of local law enforcement officers, including justice-minded sheriff, who soon suspects the key to her case may lie uncomfortably close to home. I gotta say, that's a kind of an odd synopsis for the movie. I mean, yeah, it explains it, but I don't know. Bonus features, interviews with the cast, and trailer. A couple images there from the film. This one's rated R for drug content and some violence. It is in English, and it does have English, SDH, and French subtitles. I think it was DTS HD is what I watched this one in. Here is the interior art. Kind of looks a little better with the glossy image, I think. Let's check out the disc. Cool disc. Alternate artwork on that one. Let me present to you my review. A big thank you to Wellgo USA for sending over a copy of Ride for review. Going in, I was expecting a film filled with bull riding and rodeo action, but what I got was something much deeper. This movie isn't about the spectacle of the rodeo, it's about the complicated, often painful struggles of family, loss, and regret. While it might not be bucking broncos and lasso tricks, Ride takes viewers on an emotional journey that explores the lengths people will go to protect the ones they love. The story centers on John Hawkins, played by C. Thomas Howell, an ex-cowboy whose days in the saddle are long behind him. Instead of riding bulls, he's now faced with a bull of a different kind. His daughter is fighting cancer, and he needs to come up with $40,000 to make the first payment for her life-saving treatment. With that looming financial burden, the stakes couldn't be higher. John's desperation is palpable as he tries every possible way to gather the money, and it's clear that this is a man who'll go to any lengths for his child. At the same time, John's son, Peter, played by Jake Allyn, has just been released from prison, adding an extra layer of tension to the story. There's a deep rift between Peter and his parents, but despite their fractured relationship, Peter's determined to help his little sister. He too is trying to find a way to scrape together the money for her treatment, and the film deftly navigates the emotional minefield between Peter's criminal past and his desire to make things right. These dynamics make for a compelling family drama as we watch both father and son grapple with their own guilt, pride, and regret. One thing that surprised me about Ride was its pacing. The film moves at a slow, deliberate pace, allowing the emotional weight of the story to build gradually. While this might not appeal to every viewer, I found that it never felt boring. Instead, it gives us time to really connect with the characters, to feel their pain and understand their motivations. In a way, the slow pacing reflects the characters' lives. They're not racing against a clock, but rather dragging through the heavy burden of their situation. This deliberate pacing is where Ride truly shines, allowing the emotional depth to unfold naturally, rather than forcing a quicker, less impactful story. Beneath the surface of this family drama, Ride also touches on some larger social issues, most notably is the broken healthcare system in the US. The movie subtly critiques how families in desperate situations are often forced to take on enormous financial burdens to save their loved ones. It's a commentary that resonates, especially given the very real struggles many face in affording medical care. It's clear that the film wants viewers to think about just how far people are willing to go and what sacrifices they'll make when faced with impossible choices. The weight of this theme only adds to the film's emotional complexity, giving it an added layer of relevance that's hard to ignore. In addition to healthcare, Ride also tackles the issue of addiction, weaving it into the characters' stories without turning it into a preachy afterthought. Both John and Peter are dealing with their own demons, whether it's alcohol, drugs, or simply the burden of their past mistakes. The film doesn't shy away from these darker aspects of their lives, showing how addiction can affect not just the individual, but everyone around them. The question that lingers throughout the movie is, how far will you go for your family? It's a theme that's explored in both heartbreaking and at times uncomfortable ways. Despite its strength, the film does stumble toward the end. I have to say, the conclusion left me feeling unsettled. The resolution didn't quite hit the mark, and the message it seemed to deliver was somewhat ambiguous. I'm still not entirely sure what the filmmakers were trying to say, and I'm not convinced I like the answer. Now let's talk about the Blu-ray quality. Visually, the film looks just as you would expect. A crisp, clear picture with a colder, darker color palette that perfectly complements the film's somber tone. There's an almost bleak beauty to the cinematography, capturing the rural setting with a sense of isolation and quiet desperation. The muted colors and sharp contrast between light and shadow give the film a distinct visual identity, one that feels as cold and unforgiving as the struggles the characters are facing. The audio, on the other hand, is serviceable but doesn't really stand out. While it's clear and functional, it doesn't deliver any particularly memorable moments in terms of sound design. It does the job, but don't expect to be wowed by the audio experience. That said, this isn't a film that relies heavily on booming sound effects or sweeping score, so the lack of audio punch doesn't detract from the overall experience. In conclusion, Ride may not deliver the rodeo thrills you might expect from a film featuring an ex-cowboy, but it offers something deeper. It's a poignant, slow-burn drama about family, sacrifice, and the struggles we all face when life doesn't go as planned. Despite a somewhat unsatisfying ending, the film's rich character development and relevant commentary on issues like healthcare and addiction make it a thought-provoking watch. The Blu-ray itself looks great, even if the audio doesn't quite steal the show. I'd give Ride a solid 3 of 5. Thanks again to Wellgo USA for sending over this thoughtful film for review. This ride may not be wild, but it's certainly worth taking.
I've been wondering Bob's thoughts on the latest blockbuster scenes. Does he say it's all worth seeing, or just some dream? Bob's movie review, gonna tell us what's true. Bob's movie review, got opinions to give.